Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Friday, the 29th of November, 2024. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, the local share market closed down 8 points today to finish the week at 8,436 points, meaning for the 5 sessions, the market's up about 0.5%. Today, CSL, ANZ and Xero were among the worst performers of the large caps at least, while BHP, Fortescue Metals and WiseTech were among the best. It was a sombre end to a week in which the benchmark hit a new high a couple of times. Capping the enthusiasm today, the number of market economists pushing out their forecast for when interest rates will be cut in Australia. ANZ, AMP and Bank of Queensland have joined Westpac and National Australia Bank, saying the earliest there'll be a rate cut is May next year. In corporate news today, almond producer Select Harvests reported a full-year profit. Finally, that comes after last year's loss, though its share price closed down 5%, and Star Entertainment fell below 19 cents a share for the first time ever this morning, though it finished the day up 2.5% at 20 cents a share. Story number 2, it was a big day for Federal Treasurer Jim Chalmers, who was pushing the need to reform the Reserve Bank. That's after legislation passed in the Senate yesterday, one of 11 bills in the Treasury portfolio to get the green light this week. Others include changes to credit rules around buy now, pay later products, changes in the taxation of build-to-rent property developments, and a law on a defined purpose for superannuation savings. Dr. Chalmers said the changes to the Reserve Bank were about strengthening and modernising the institution. The central bank will have a committee to set interest rates and a separate committee to look after governance. Dr. Chalmers will appoint several members to the Reserve Bank board ahead of the next election. Story number 3, online property listings group REA has sued its main rival, Domain, accusing it of infringing on its copyright over property photos and floor plans displayed on its website. REA, owner of realestate.com.au, has alleged in the federal court that Domain breached copyright by scraping exclusive listings and placing them on Domain's Price Finder and Inside Business platforms, according to a story in the Australian Financial Review. But Domain, which is defending the claim, argues that REA's lawsuit is a bid to exert uncompetitive market influence as the biggest classifieds company nationally. REA is backed by News Corp, while Domain is 60% owned by Nine Entertainment. REA is alleging it owns the copyright for images and schematics for 181 listings obtained by Domain and used by its analytics service. REA claims it had exclusivity rights conferred by photographers for the relevant listings. Domain said it has since removed those 181 listings from its platforms after being provided evidence of REA's intellectual property. Story number 4, the big social media platforms have hit out today at the government's ban for under 16-year-olds, saying they're concerned with how the bans will be enforced. The House of Reps signed the proposal today, and that's the third reading, and the new laws will come into effect in late 2025 and will capture platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Reddit and X. There'll be exemptions for health and education services, including Messenger Kids and Google Classroom. A spokesperson for Meta, which owns Facebook and Instagram, said the tech group is concerned about the process that saw the legislation rushed through Parliament. They said it was important that there's a productive consultation to ensure a technically feasible outcome that doesn't place an onerous burden on parents. Earlier in the day, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said the social media companies would have greater responsibility to keep children safe online. And story number 5 today, one of the big winners from the election of Donald Trump in the US looks like being Rupert Murdoch's Fox News. It has captured nearly 3/4 of all US cable news audiences in the aftermath of Donald Trump's victory, as liberal Americans tune out of the former reality star's transition to a second term in office. Fox's daily audiences have surged 40% since the November 5 vote, according to the Financial Times, while viewership of the more left-leaning MSNBC and CNN have dropped 38% and 27% respectively. That's all based on Nielsen figures. Fox News averaged 2 million viewers a day from November 6 to November 22, up from 1.4 million for the year through November 4. During primetime evening hours in the week since the election, 73% of the total cable news audience is now Fox, while 16% tuned into MSNBC and 11% to CNN. That's it for the afternoon report for Friday, the 29th of November, 2024. Don't forget to hit follow on the podcast and find Fear and Greed on LinkedIn, Instagram, X, TikTok and Facebook. Join Michael Thompson, Adam Lang and I tomorrow morning for the Weekend Fast 5 by Fear and Greed. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.